is Coaching for Talent Development and Employee Engagement. On your tables, I've got some handouts for you, or a handout for you. And I'm going to be focusing on this handout. This is about 3 hours worth of information. We're not going to get to it all. So what I'm looking to do is have you walk away with enough detail so if I do gloss over some points, you can refer to this handout later on. You can get additional detail. And I'll also be augmenting it. I'll also be augmenting the handout as we go through. So let me start off by asking you to turn to page 1 in the guide. We have a session description here, and the objectives are listed. What we're going to be doing today is we're going to be describing the benefits of coaching, why coaching is so important, and why it's so important today, especially today. We're also going to be looking at differentiating coaching from other types of performance management. Coaching isn't the only game in town, right? We've got corrective action, we've got feedback. We want to make sure that we're talking about coaching. Okay? Third thing we're going to be doing is describing an effective coaching model. We're going to be showing you IntelliKeys. IntelliKeys is IntelliKeys. You can use your own. It doesn't matter. Try to find an effective coaching model. And then third, I'm going to ask you, I need a coach. So today, guess what? You're going to be my coach. So later on today, you're going to be giving me coaching. And then finally, we're going to be looking at how do you implement a coaching initiative in your organization. If this is something that's appealing to you, how do you get started in your own organization? So does that sound good? Mm-hmm. Yes? Yeah? Raise your hand if that sounds good. Raise your hand if it doesn't. Okay. Got Ruth over here, she's going to bounce you off. Okay, I told you I'm going to augment my the handout a little bit, and so I'm going to ask you to turn to page 2 if you want to know a little bit more about me. By the way, I love this picture. I took it about 10 years ago. I'm going to keep. Joanne gives me crap. Why don't you change that picture? You don't look like that anymore. I go, in my head, I do. Okay? So that's the picture, and it shows a little bit about me. It tells a little bit about me and my academic background. How many of you have heard me speak before? Yes? A few of you? Okay. So you know about my credentials and IntelliKey and things like that. What you probably don't know is that I'm from Minnesota. Okay? Anybody here from Minnesota? Anybody ever hear of Garrison Keillor? Yes, okay. So Garrison Keillor has a phrase that he uses to describe Minnesotans. And he says Minnesotans are where women are strong, men are good looking, and all the children are above average. It's accurate, right? Okay, so I've got a picture here that I want to show you to prove that statement is in fact true. So I've got a picture here of my mom and my dad. Although women are strong, all the men good looking. My dad has the best looking legs I've ever seen. So a little bit to augment the handout. It doesn't say I'm from Minnesota, but I am from Minnesota. My dad's tricked out sneakers there, pretty sweet. So the men truly are good looking out there. That's why I hang on to this picture. The older I get, the less good looking I get. I just had a family reunion this past June. How many of you have ever heard the name Trout? That's my last name, Trout. No. You go to Minnesota, I tell you, page after page in the phone book of Trout. We got together, over 270 of us got together. This is my family reunion. Okay? That's my family. Isn't that huge? I've got 71 first cousins on my dad's side alone. It's all we do out there. It's cold. And there's me. See me? See me? I don't know. It's so hard to tell. Your employees get lost too, right? Okay, that's what today's about. How do we get our employees unlost? How do we guide them? How do we coach them? How do we get them engaged in the organization? It took me to leave my organization to come all the way out here to New Hampshire to find myself. But anyway, we're going to be talking about coaching and how you can use coaching to do two things: develop talent within your organization and engage employees in this organization. We're going to be looking at it from two perspectives. On page 3 of your handout, we're going to be looking at, it's a budgeting imperative. You have to do that. How many people have been affected in some way by the economy? Raise your hand. The rest of you are liars, okay? I know that. Either that or I want to know the name of your company. No, we've all been affected. And so from a training perspective, and I'll be speaking a lot from a training and HR perspective, from a training perspective, we have to downsize. We have to do something differently. In some cases, we have to do something with nothing. And I'm going to suggest to you, as Booz and Company illustrate here, we're going to be focusing all of our money, if we have any money at all, on those mission-critical, high-impact programs. And so we have to, and we have been, identifying those things that we need to be working on. And I'm going to suggest to you that coaching is one of those things that is low cost and highly effective. We can get our managers to coach their employees. That's a good thing, right? Okay. So from a budgeting perspective, that's important. On the next page, on page